my side and let me share the screen.
Sir, where these recordings will stored, sir?
Usually once the class is completed, like every 40 minutes the session is going to end, right? So once it was completed, one converter window will come, one small converter window will come. It will convert that video for okay 5 minutes like that. Once it was converted, usually it will be stored in the C drive. Okay, there will be one folder created, Zoom recordings. Okay, so in that location you can see it. But once the file is converted, automatically that window will be popped up. Okay, you will get
Okay.
one folder. Once the conversion is completed, one folder will be opened automatically. There you can see three files. One is audio file, one is video file, one is chart file. Just remember that path. Okay. If you want, you can change the path as well, but you have to create a login in the Zoom. Then you can change the path. Okay. Let me share the screen. Let me show you whether that is going to helpful or not. Let me show you. Okay. Fine. So 1 minute, 1 minute. Right. Okay. So like this, it will create a date and timestamp folder. Each video, it will create a date and timestamp folder. It will be like this. In case if sometimes it was not converted, again, it will create like this. Okay. Double click to convert. If you click on double click, if you just double click on this file and the file, not all files, which is having more size, you have to double click on it. Automatically, it will be converted and one folder will be popped up automatically once the conversion is completed. Then you have to check this path. This is my customized path. Okay, I just logged into my Zoom settings. I guess let me show you. Can you see the screen? Can anyone see the screen here?
Yes, sir.
Zoom windows,
Yes, I'm able to.
right?
Yes,
Three
yes.
three one four five 102 698. You can see this window, right?
Yes.
Okay, then go to home. There you can change the settings. Somewhere it will be there, I guess here. Okay, settings, this is available or not. Go to this settings button and the recording. Okay, there you can change your path. Okay, so on the recording, you can change your own path, but for that you have to create a login. Just email ID is enough. It don't ask more details. Okay, you can just log in and then you can go to home screen. There you can see settings button. Okay, home screen settings button. Then you can see recording option. You can change the path to which location you want to copy. Okay, automatically these files will be copied to that particular folder. And again, meetings. Okay, so again, these kind of folders will be created with the date and timestamp. Every 40 minutes, one folder will be created like this. Okay, these are the yesterday's classes. Okay, you can see these three files: audio only, playback, and Zoom. Zoom is your actual video session. Okay, Zoom_0 is your actual video session, so that you can rename it and you can save it in a different folder. Okay, so every folder you can see Zoom_0 only. Fine.
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
guys? Yeah. Okay. So, right. So yesterday we have discussed about the Active Directory setup. So anyone having any issues, what is meant by Active Directory, how Active Directory is useful? Let me open Drive. Oh. Please mute it if you don't have any questions. Please mute, guys. It will be recorded again. Right. Okay. So this is the diagram. Yesterday this is the one. Yesterday we just discussed about this Active Directory, how Active Directory, okay, is useful, how it will play a key role what is the role of the Active Directory in the organization. We have discussed the main thing, main important points you have to remember in the Active Directory. All resources are part of your Active Directory domain services. All resources, including employees also. Employee is also a resource, right? All resources are part of the Active Directory, including servers, okay, employees, like this kind of stuff, whatever stuff we are going to use, like Xerox machines and all will be in the same domain. And in the Active Directory, we will have groups, okay, groups will have group policies. Whenever anyone configure new server, Windows people will add the server into the Active Directory, right? How, if you joined in the organization, immediately they will create a login and they will add you into the specific group, right? Yesterday we have discussed, once you are added into that specific group, automatically no need to give separate permissions every time. As per the group policy, what are the permissions are there for this group, automatically once you are added into this group, automatically you will get all the permissions. Like server role, if you are added into the server role, you will become a sysadmin, right? Sysadmin role, if you are added, if your login is added into the sysadmin server role, you will become a sysadmin in the same way. Why? Because that sysadmin group is having some privileges. Once I added you into that particular group, sysadmin group, automatically no need to give access on any database. You can access all the databases, right, without creating the user itself. Usually if I haven't added you into that particular sysadmin group, if you want to access any database, I have to give specific login on each database, so that it will work. Okay, once your user is created in the database only. But if I added you into the sysadmin role, automatically you will become a sysadmin and you can access all the databases even though if the user is not created. In the same way, if any new employee joined in the organization, as per his duties, as per his roles and responsibilities, he will be added into that particular group. If he is a SQL DBA, he will be added into the SQL DBA group. If he is Oracle DBA, he will be added into the Oracle. If he belongs to HR team, he will be added into the HR team group. If he belongs to transport, he will be added into the transport team. So in which group he was added, automatically that group permissions and all will be inherited to this particular user, right? Even though if you create any machine also, Windows people will add that machine to the existing setup. Even machines, say for example, they bought one new Xerox machine, okay, that machine also part of the Active Directory. Any resource you are using in the organization should be part of the Active Directory. So usually we don't create users, we don't we don't entertain creating users in the local machines. It's not recommended option. Okay, so that's why usually users are going to be created in the Active Directory setup. Even your service account also is part of the Active Directory. Your service account is also part of the Active Directory. Your SQL DBA group is a part of the Active Directory. Okay, so this is how Active Directory will help us. Fine, for the real setup, for the real time setup and all, like in the organization, how it will work. Okay, a lot of trainers, what they are doing, simply they are installing SQL Server in the local machine. Okay, two instances they are installing and they are simply, okay, configuring log shipping between two instances. Some trainers configuring log shipping between in a single instance. In a single instance, that is the primary, that is the secondary. Okay, some trainers, they are simply installing SQL Server instances in the local laptop. Okay, and they are just simply, okay, configuring log shipping or mirroring or replication, whatever they want. Okay, it's not an actual way of learning. Okay, so you should have some hands-on experience on the real-time servers, right? So this is the actual way of learning the things. You should have real-time servers. You have to set up those servers independently. Then you have to configure Active Directory. Then you have to add your servers into the Active Directory. Then you have to create users in the Active Directory. Then you have to log in to each server using those users that were created in the Active Directory. I'll show you all those things. So today completely will configure Active Directory. Then tomorrow onwards, okay, we are going to start log shipping. Okay, fine. Right. So yesterday, what I did is simply I have configured 3 virtual machines, guys. Nothing I did. Just simply I have configured 3 virtual machines. Yeah, tell me.
Sorry, sorry. Please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So Simply, I have configured 3 virtual machines. I am going to share you the YouTube link. Okay. So using that link, you can configure the virtual machines. This was already discussed with my batch students. Okay. Batch students means 39 batch. Some of you are recently, yesterday only you joined, right? So if you don't know how to create a machine and all, I'll share the YouTube link. Using that YouTube link, you can create virtual machines and you can install Windows Server operating system. So what I did for the practice and what I did to save the time, just created 3 machines, 3 new machines, and installed Windows Server 2012 in all these 3 machines. That's it. Okay, that's it. I just created 3 new machines and I have installed Windows Server 2012 on all the 3 machines. My old students, don't ask me how we did that. In the initial itself, we have created batch 39 machine, right? How we have created batch 39? Simply select this new machine and give the server name. Okay, next, create the machine and then go to the settings of the machine and then attach the software. There is the settings. Yeah, settings of the machine. Attach the Windows Server software here and then click OK. Then double click on the machine, start the machine. You will get on-screen instructions how to install Windows Server. Just proceed next, and install the Windows operating system. If you have any doubts, watch batch 39. I guess, what are the classes, Nagras?
13, 14, 15, sir.
Not 13, 14. 1 minute.
Okay.
Yesterday. Okay, I guess 10, 11, 12, Nagras?
8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10. It is 9, 10, 11. Okay. Batch 39, go to, okay. Why we have to worry? Go to your YouTube channel.
Yeah, Shanmugh, while creating the Windows machines,
Mhm.
if we got any errors or any issues
Mm.
while creating the Windows server, do you have any?
Everything I have explained in the video itself. Okay.
Okay.
Just please watch carefully. Whatever errors we are going to face, I was explained in the video, and you can see if you still it was not covered, let me know. Send me the screenshot. I'll help you. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So
Actually,
yeah.
in my machine, Oracle VM installed. No
Okay.
need
Okay.
to install again, right?
Yeah. Once it was installed, no need to install again.
So that is a licensed version actually.
Okay, that's fine. Very good. Okay, so SQL DBA batch 39
Sir,
class.
can we create a one virtual machine and clone it to other virtual machine?
I'm not sure, sir. I don't have idea. Means
We can
what?
clone it.
What do you mean by clone?
Means we'll create one we'll install Windows Server 2019 in one
Come on,
virtual
come on. You
machine.
can do it. Got you. So you are saying first I'll create, okay, one virtual machine. I will install Windows operating system. Then I'll simply, okay, attach the same image, copy the image and attach the same image for the
Yeah,
other
if you
other two
right click,
machines.
there is the
Yes.
option like clone.
Yes. Okay. But again, I don't prefer to do that. Why? Because we are doing Windows activity. We are not so perfect in that activity. So if you want, you can do it to save the time. Just practice it. What is there? It won't take much more than 10-15 minutes, right? To clone, right? So do it. In case if you face any issues, just again go for our steps. We are going to follow some steps, right? Go for the steps. But I don't prefer doing that. Why? Because we are going to set up Active Directory, right? So domain is critical. So in case if you face any errors and all, again, it is very difficult to troubleshoot the errors. Okay. If we are Windows admin, yes, of course we can do that. But in case if you have a time, just try that method also. Okay. Yes. Okay. And batch that name class 1, right? Class 5, and we have class 8. Where is class 9? Class 9. Yes. Okay. So class 9, 10, and 11. In case if you don't know how to create a virtual machine, how to install operating system, go to my channel YouTube, just type SQL DBA classes. You will get my channel. Okay. Then go to the video section. There you can see SQL DBA. In the SQL DBA batch 39 class 9. Okay. In this video, watch from 22nd minute onwards. 22nd minute. In this video, watch from 22nd minute. in the 9th class. Then 10th you can watch it. 11th also you can watch it for the post installation of Windows Server. Okay, right. So this is how we are going to create a virtual machines, and we can install Windows operating system also. Right. Let me start each machine. Yeah.
Yeah, Shanmugh, small.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Tell me.
instead of class 10:9, you
Hmm.
can make like lock shipping in like that subject name.
Hmm.
It is
No,
very easy
that
to
is difficult thing. That is
understand.
difficult thing. That is difficult thing.
If
That is not
possible, we
possible.
can.
Not
Okay.
possible. Why? Because I'll get in a day. If we continue for three
Yeah,
sessions,
yeah.
3 files
Yes,
we
yes.
will get. Again,
Yes,
listening all
but
the classes, changing the names. Like
it is
I'm
easy to identify
easy.
and
I
easy to
know
watch the
easy.
video. That's
I,
why.
I know it is easy, but it is very difficult for me. Usually, I'll be busy with the support stuff and also I don't get time to edit names and also simply I'll edit with the class.
Okay,
Okay, why?
okay.
Because in that too,
Mhm.
the another problem is in one video, 2 3 topics will be there. So
Yes.
again, if you open that video, if you don't find the topic in the beginning, again you will be upset, right?
Like that, if we upgrading part
Hmm,
one,
hmm,
upgrading part two,
yeah.
like that, we can
That's okay, but in the
create.
video, imagine if 2 topics are covered, how you are going to manage in the
Yes.
video? 2 topics are, and you have to put a lengthy heading and all, which is not good. So those who are following my classes, then they can easily understand. That's what. And
I'm
again,
also watching your videos,
uh,
38,
uh,
39 batch.
yeah, okay, and
Really, it's very helpful
yeah,
those who
thank you.
are already working.
Yes, yes, yes.
Actually, I am 6 years of experience, but
Oh,
I don't
great,
have a
great.
chance to work on all the things.
Okay,
But
okay,
I have gone through your videos now.
okay.
I have a lot of learn. I'm sincerely telling
Oh,
you, Shan.
great, great, great. Thank you for that. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm starting the machines. Even while starting the machines also, don't start all the machines at a time, guys. Okay, don't start all the machines at a time. Once you started all the machines at a time, what is the problem? There will be a sudden crunch on CPU and memory, so your machine will be hanged. So don't start all the machines at a time. Start one machine. Once the machine is completely online, once the machine is completely started, then start another machine. Once the second machine also completely started, then start third machine. Even while stopping, also try to stop one by one. Don't stop all at a time. These are the precautions. Okay. And let me go with the configuration. So what if you have 8 GB of RAM? What if you have 4 GB of RAM? What if you have 12 GB of RAM? 4 GB, 8 GB, 12 GB. Okay. 4 GB you cannot practice. You can practice the HADR, but you have to install 2 instances. Not all concepts of HADR, 2 instances. But in case if you don't have a way, if you can't afford for extra RAM and all, then you can practice 3 topics: log shipping, mirroring, and replication in your local instances. You can install 2 instances in your local machine. What if I have 8 GB of RAM? If you have 8 GB of RAM, give 1 GB for Active Directory machine. While creating this machine, give 1 GB. Give 2 GB for Node 1 machine. Node 1, Node 2 SQL Server also we are going to connect in Node 1. So very rarely we'll connect to Node 2. So Node 2 doesn't require more memory and Active Directory also doesn't require more memory. So manage the things like this: 1 GB for Node 1, sorry, Active Directory. Let me write it down. 1 GB for Active Directory, 1 GB for Node 1, and 1 GB for Node 2. So, Node 2, 1 GB, 2 GB for Node 1, okay, and 1 GB for Node 2. So total it will be 4 GB, 4 GB for virtual machines. And let me check. Okay, it was started, and let me start a third machine as well, right? And 4 GB for virtual machines and remaining 4 GB. Total it was 4, right? 1 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, 4 GB for virtual machines, remaining 4 GB for your local laptop. So it will be helpful and your machines will be up and running without having any issues. 12 GB. If you have 12 GB, you can go to 2 GB for each machine. AD 2 GB. Okay, and Node 1 2 GB, and node 2 as well 2 GB. Okay, so in that way you can manage the things. If you want node 1 still little bit fast, go with 3 GB. Okay, so that make sure you are stopping all other unused services during the practice. Make sure. Okay, so what I'll do sometimes, okay, see here, keep on monitoring the task manager, keep monitoring the task manager. Mainly you will get disk issues with the Windows operating system 10, very common. Okay, Windows operating system 10, you will get disk issues. Even if this disk is reaches 100 percentage, even if CPU reaches 100 percentage, if memory reaches 95 or 100 percentage, your laptop will be hanged. Again you have to restart your laptop. Okay, or else at least you have to restart your virtual machines, which will take at least 15 minutes. Okay, from 2 16 GB of you have more many 16 GB. Maybe you have two slots. I'm not saying everyone will have two slots. Okay, and you can any slots you have, you can put the purpose measure. Okay, I have slots, and like I just added extra. So in the make sure you laptop and all lot of limitations. And again, before buying the RAM, make sure your laptop is feasible to add extra RAM on or not. Okay, that is very important thing. So you can, if you go for second hand RAMs also very good, but don't buy very long, I mean like very old RAMs and all. Buy at least 3-4 years of experience. I mean 3-4 years of old RAMs. Okay, so your RAM will work at least 10 to 15 years or at least 10 to 12 years. So nothing to worry. You can happily buy second hand RAMs also. Second hand RAMs will be around for 4 GB, it will be 500. For 8 GB, it will be 1000 to 1200. Okay, and then you can extend the RAM yourself only. Just open the YouTube video and see what laptop you are using, and just type in the YouTube how to add extra RAM in the laptop, Lenovo laptop or something, and you can get the slot. You can extend your laptop RAM as well. Okay, this is how you have to manage the RAM. Okay, and this is how you have to manage your system throughout the practice for HADR. Okay, why? Because all three machines will be up and running at a time, right? So if you don't plan accordingly, I know again you will be vexed, and you will just left with the practice and all. You don't practice. That is the main thing. That's why you have to take, these are the precautions you have to take before practicing and while practicing the HADR concepts, right? My three machines are ready. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to set up Active Directory. Okay, so what are the steps involved for setting up Active Directory? So if you want to configure Active Directory, okay, first we have to install Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services on Node 1. I'm sorry, not Node 1, Active Directory machine. Okay, step 1, you have to install Active Directory Domain Services on Active Directory machine, on this machine. I'll show you how to install Active Directory software. Okay, right. Once you have added, once you have installed, then configure Active Directory. Okay, domain services. Configure Active Directory domain services on AD itself, Active Directory machine only. Okay, then after configuring this Active Directory domain services, you have to add your node 1 and node 2 into the existing Active Directory domain services. You have to add these two machines. Node 1, node 2 means, that is the terminology, guys. Okay, just a terminology. Node 1 means one computer, node 2 means another computer. Okay, just it's a terminology. Don't think that is a different word. In the clustering, we use it to say nodes, node 1, node 2, primary nodes, secondary nodes, and all. So that's why I'm just referring as nodes. So nothing is there. Node means computer name. That's it. Okay, fine. So these are the main three steps. Okay, so before doing that, before doing these three steps, we have some pre-steps to configure AD. Pre-steps. What are those pre-steps? There are three pre-steps are there. Okay, one is make sure these three machines has to communicate with each other. So if any machine has to communicate with the other machine, okay, if any machine has to communicate with the other machine, we have to add rules for each machine. We have to allow the communications for each machine. And one more thing, and the meeting is going to end now. Okay, I'm closing the meeting, reopening the same meeting. Okay, please join immediately.